75,000 people. What time is it? It's Chico time. You know it's Chico time. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as you probably guessed there in my intro, it's definitely another X Factor one, and this time it's second series, and the series that Chico was on it, and it was Chico time, but it's actually just gone 11 o'clock at night now, but it will always has and it will always be Chico time. Yes, so it was the second series of the show. And yes, so I'm going to do a little bit of a little vlog in to that to mark the X Factor's 20th anniversary. So let's get myself going and cracking on with the show. So this is the book there. As you probably see, it's the same book as yesterday. It's not got all the series, but that's the second series there. And people that were in the second series as well, if you could see clearly. It was, at the time, it was the popular TV talent show in the UK. 12 million people watching it, so we'll find out. There it is for when I start the second series on this page here. That's who won it, Shane Ward, along with Louis Walsh. Louis Walsh looked shocked when he won it. And this is the start of the page. Series 2, the early stages. That was the auditions, the boot camps and the home visits and that. Auditions. And it had 75,000 people go for it, 25,000 more than the previous series. Boot camp. And the categories were that year were the same for 16 to 24, which were under 25, 25 and over, the over 25s, and the groups. And Louis had the 16 to 24s. That's when it was boys and girls mixed. Sharon had the over 25s, or 25 and overs is the word then. And Simon Cowell had the groups. That was the boot camp stages. The judges' houses. Now in the previous year they all went to the UK, but Louis went to Dublin, Simon went to Marbella, and Sharon went to Hollywood home in Los Angeles. And if you go onto YouTube, X Factor 2005 and type it in, it has the moment where Chico falls into the water. I think they still play the moment now, and I remember also going, "It was gonna be cool, let's go my boo." Good impression of Ozzy. That was the middle of the home visits. And that's where they got to the live shows. And instead of that, it ran longer than the first one, and there was 10 live shows instead of 8 live shows in the previous year, and there was 12 acts instead of 9. And that each had the next act, and that was the final, and there was 3 in the final instead of 2 the previous year. Winner, run-up, and 3rd place. Addictive Ladies, as you can see there, it has Fleur East in it. That was the first time Fleur East did appear on it, but she appeared on it, she got to live shows and she was the first person to get voted out. But like 9 years later, she returned to Series 11 X Factor 2014, which I will show in a later vlog. And she went on to be runner-up, and she's been a huge success. Like she's done I'm a Celebrity, she's done Strictly Come Dancing, Hits Radio, and many more things. I'll dig more into information as it goes on. Well, wow, that's an interesting fact. That's the, if you want to know where Fleur East is, that's Fleur East there, and that's the other 3 girls in Addictive Ladies. I don't think you hear from the other 3 anymore, but if you look on Google or on social media, you'll be able to. Fortune, a boy band. They were like 2 cousins, a brother and... or 2 brothers, a cousin and a best friend. And they were 2 brothers, that's the cousin that was the friend. They won the first series and they got to the home visits, but Louis sent them out, and then they retried again for the second series and they got to live shows, but they only got an out of second, which is a shame because they were really good. They could have been like the Backstreet Boys, but sadly it weren't to be. Philip McGee from Ireland. Here's the 3rd to go. Shania from Bradford. She was on it in the first series in Sharon's category, but got to boot camp, and then she didn't make it through any further. Maria Lawson, who went out in week 5, she was on it as well the first series. She got the Signs over 25s category, but she failed to make it through to the home visits. Nicholas Dorset got to week 6. Conway Sisters, who went to week 7. Chico went out at week 8. You know it's Chico time. What time is it? It's Chico time. I know there's a song of it, but I know after the show he released it as a #1 album, and yeah, it went to #1. But I think without pop of the show was, I think you knew the song was going to be a huge success. Brenda Redwood, still see Brenda's success now. She's done musicals like West End, like Chicago, Hairspray, Fame and all that, and now on daytime TV, Loose Her In. Journey South with 2 Geordie brothers. They had the fastest selling album of 2006. And when they performed the Angels week 6, that was when Sharon Osbourne chucked 3 trucks of water over Louis Walsh. If you go on YouTube, that's definitely a clip. Honestly, it's an hysterical moment to be remembered forever and a very long time. And Abraham's the runner-up. An interesting fact, the oldest ever person to ever make an X Factor final. Blimey, that's a crazy thing. It happened in the 2nd series, but it was such a great singer as well, and he sings from the soul, and he had an album out after the show which did really well. Shane Ward, who's a winner, and he's done really well for himself. He's done Dance on Ice, Coronation Street, Strictly, and albums and tours and that. And he's done Soccer Aid and all that lot. Yeah, and he's from Manchester, my hometown. I think he's from like Tameside area, so now there's an interview with Mrs. O, the Queen of Rock, Sharon Osbourne, in the 2nd series. That was telling stuff about her and the Queen of Rock. That was her along the other series of the show. Let's finish with series 2, and now there's a bit more of the 2nd series. Extra factor access all areas. In the book from series 6, there was because that was like 5 years of the show. I think it did look back with series 1 to 5 of the acts and tells you the week they went out in, and that's Journey South, Departure week 10, and they came 3rd. Andy Abraham runner-up, so he's been week 10. Shane Ward winner. Fortune went out week 2. Tells you when the tour was and where the hometown was. Chico went out in week 8. Conway Sisters week 7, if you can see clearly. No, I don't think you can. Shania week 4, Brenda week 9. Maria went week 5. Nicholas went out in week 6, and this is plus it to ladies and Philip. I don't think they might have had room, but obviously that was the early part of series 2, and that's Shane Ward. Another book there. Then the winner had like a couple of parts in it, so that's 2009. I'll show that on a separate vlog. And guys, if you like this video, don't forget to click the link below, subscribe to my channel. I'll be back tomorrow for another fun-filled X Factor 20th anniversary special.